The Carnivore Lifestyle, the ultimate elimination or health gamble. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Reese. Today we're diving headfirst into one of the most talked about and controversial lifestyle approaches out there, the Carnivore Lifestyle. Imagine a lifestyle where you cut out everything you've been told is healthy. No salads, no smoothies, no fruits, no whole grains, no vegetables of any kind. All that's left on the menu is meat, fish, eggs, and maybe some butter. The more lenient carnivores allow cottage cheese, sour cream, cream cheese, and heavy whipping cream. It sounds extreme, and it is. Yet thousands of people swear by it, claiming it has reversed chronic health issues and given them a whole new lease on life. So what is the real story behind this all-meat approach? Today, we're going to explore how it started, the powerful reasons why people feel so good on it, and the serious fundamental questions we have to ask when we decide to eliminate the entire plant kingdom from our lifestyle. Quick disclaimer, I am not a doctor and this is not medical advice. This video is for educational purposes only. The carnivore lifestyle is an extremely restrictive way of eating, and you should always consult with a trusted healthcare professional before considering such a significant lifestyle change. All right, let's get into the heart of it. The carnivore lifestyle isn't just a random idea. It's born from a specific philosophy about human history. Proponents believe that our ancient ancestors were apex predators who thrived primarily on fatty meat, and that our bodies are best adapted to the way of eating. I strongly disagree with this because the Bible teaches us that this thought process is wrong. This is based off of the idea that we have evolved from a single organism instead of being created from the Creator himself. For those who want to debate me, I only have one question for you. Just one. If you truly believe that we evolved from a single organism, keeping in mind that according to this theory, it takes millions of years to evolve into something, which came first? The brain, the heart, or the bloodstream? And please explain how it survived for millennia without the other two. All right, I'm off my rant. Let us continue down this depraved thought process. The modern carnivore movement was largely ignited by figures like Dr. Sean Baker, an orthopedic surgeon who championed lifestyle as a way to resolve his own nagging health issues and improve his athletic performance. His message was simple. Perhaps many of our modern diseases aren't caused by what we're missing, but by what we're eating, specifically plants. The movement grew through powerful personal stories. People who suffered for years with debilitating autoimmune conditions, crippling joint pain, digestive turmoil, and mental health struggles started reporting incredible turnarounds. They claimed that by stripping their lifestyles down to nothing but meat, salt, and water, their symptoms vanished. These profound testimonials are the driving force behind why so many are willing to try something so radical. So why do people report such dramatic improvements? What is the potential good that comes from excluding all grains, fruits, and vegetables? The first and most powerful reason is that it's the ultimate elimination lifestyle. Our modern food supply is complex. Many people suffer from hidden sensitivity compounds found in otherwise healthy foods. By removing everything except meat, you are simultaneously removing all gluten, lectins, oxalates, phytates, salicylates, and countless other plant compounds that can cause irritation in sensitive individuals. I also want to note what we talked about in the last video with the man-made items. Please keep in mind that here in America, the majority of our vegetables come from crops that have been genetically modified. This means that they have been specifically grown to withstand pest chemicals and not be destroyed. We are consuming those pest chemicals. My debate is that it's not the plants causing the problems, it's the chemicals that have been sprayed on them. But because I want to be honest in presenting what the thought process started this whole carnivore, let's break down the proponents called plant defense chemicals, according to scientists. Lectins. These are sticky proteins found in abundance in grains and legumes. They can bind to the lining of our gut and in some people cause significant irritation and inflammation, potentially contributing to a state of leaky gut. Oxalates. These are compounds found in many popular health foods like spinach, almonds, and beets. In high amounts, or in people who can't break them down properly, oxalates can form sharp crystals, contributing to a joint pain, inflammation, and even kidney stones. Phytates. Found in grains, nuts, and seeds, these compounds combine to essential minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium in the gut, preventing our bodies from fully absorbing them. When someone goes carnivore, they supposedly remove 100% of these potential irritants, especially if they do it properly and only eat grass-fed, grass-finished products. For a person whose body was in a state of constant, low-grade warfare with their food, this can feel like a miracle. The gut has a chance to heal, inflammation subsides, and the body can finally calm down. Beyond this, the lifestyle is incredibly simple and satiating. A meal of fatty steak and eggs keeps you full for hours. This high satiety and the complete absence of carbohydrates leads to stable energy levels, no more afternoon crashes, and often results in effortless weight loss without the mental burden of calorie counting. This is where the controversial gets critical. While removing plant irritants can offer relief, what is the long-term price of removing the beneficial compounds along with them? This isn't about what some organizations say. This is about fundamental biology. First, we have to talk about the gut microbiome. Think of your gut not just as a digestive tube, but as a vast living ecosystem, home to trillions of bacteria. This ecosystem, or microbiome, is so important to our health that it functions like another organ. And what does this organ eat? It eats fiber. Plants contain different types of fiber that are ingestible to us, but are the primary food source for our beneficial gut bacteria. When these bacteria ferment fibers, they produce powerful substances called short-chain fatty acids, or CFAs. The most important of these is butyrate. Butyrate is the main fuel source for the cells that line our colon. It keeps them healthy, strengthens the gut wall, and is a powerful anti-inflammatory signal throughout the body. This is the cause of our farts. As my father-in-law calls it, it is just my bowel movements honking for the right of way. Meep, meep, get out of the way! An all-meat lifestyle contains zero fiber. It effectively starves this beneficial ecosystem. The long-term consequences of wiping out a food supply for an entire symbiotic organ are a massive unanswered question and a major area of concern for long-term gut health. Second, there is the issue of micronutrients. While meat is incredibly nutrient dense, providing essentials like B12, heme iron, and zinc, it's not nutritionally complete on its own. Vitamin C is a classic example. It is vital for collagen synthesis, immune function, and preventing scurvy. While fresh meat does contain small amounts, it is incredibly difficult to get an optimal intake without any plant source. Other key minerals, like magnesium and potassium, which are crucial for everything from muscle function to blood pressure regulation, are far more abundant and easily obtained from leafy greens, nuts, and fruits. Third, and perhaps most importantly, is the absence of phytonutrients. Phyto simply means plant. These are thousands of unique compounds like polyphenols, flavonoids, and carotenoids that plants create to protect themselves from stress. When we eat plants, we absorb these compounds, and they exert protective effectiveness on our bodies. They act as powerful antioxidants, helping us to neutralize cellular damage or oxidative stress that is a natural byproduct of living and breathing. This cellular damage, if left unchecked, is a key driver of aging and a foundational element of many chronic health issues. Every colorful fruit and vegetable contains a unique arsenal of these protective phytonutrients. A carnivore lifestyle contains virtually none of them. Voluntarily removing every single known source of dietary antioxidants from your lifestyle raises profound questions about long-term cellular health and resilience. So how do we reconcile these two different sides of the carnivore lifestyle? It seems the incredible benefits many people experience are not because eating only meat is incredibly magical, but because it is the most effective elimination lifestyle on the planet. By removing every potential food trigger, people finally get their bodies a chance to heal from whatever was causing their specific problem. However, a short-term diagnostic tool is very different from a long-term, sustainable lifestyle. The fundamental biological roles of fiber, a diverse microbiome, and plant-based phytonutrients are undeniable. To ignore them is to conduct an uncontrolled experiment on your own long-term health. The real solution for many might not be to stay on carnivore lifestyle forever, but to use it as a reset. Once symptoms have subsided, a person could slowly and methodically reintroduce whole, unprocessed plant foods one by one to discover which specific foods were the true culprits. Ultimately, you have to ask, is it worth sacrificing the known protective health benefits of a thriving gut ecosystem and the cellular armor provided by plants to avoid their potential irritants? For a short-term healing phase? Maybe. But for a lifetime? That's a serious gamble. So how do I use carnivore in my life? I'll be very honest. I fell for the hype. I was and still am very tired of dealing with my diastasis recti. That's where my stomach is very big and it doesn't go away, and I look like I'm pregnant. It's disheartening. At the time, I did not know what this was. so I was willing to give anything a shot. My husband and I both tried it. We went to our local butcher, not the grocery store, and we bought quality meat there. What happened? My belly never truly healed. I still looked pregnant, and my husband started vomiting for every meal. We did look into it, and we continued down this path for 12 days to give it a proper shot. Unfortunately, his vomiting just got worse. We knew we had to bring back plants and carbs to help us down the road to recovery. Because we have gone down this road, I know it's expensive. If you want to do it right, you need to ensure that you are eating grass-fed, grass-finished meat. Animals that have been fed grains have a different nutrient structure that our bodies still struggle with. The way my husband and I use carnivore now is if we've had a heavy carb day or a week, again, if we went on a vacation and we just want to do a reset for our bodies, because my husband cannot go full carnivore, we lean more into the keto style for the reset. But if I'm still hungry because of the keto, I will have a side of beef. That's where the carnivore comes into play for our diet. He leans more keto, more with the vegetables. I lean keto, more towards a carnivore. But we have to keep those plant-based in our food because our bodies cannot handle it. The other thing that we need to keep in mind is that we are omnivores. God made our digestive system unique in being able to handle both meat and plants, but it's also what we need. Our digestive system is completely different than that of a wolf. A wolf will only eat meat. That's what they can have. But they get their plants from the stomachs of the animals that they kill. We don't eat stomachs from the animals that we kill. We just eat the meat. And even if we did, it's still not enough. We are omnivores. Bears are omnivores. They eat the same thing we do. They eat plants too, but they also eat meat. We are the same way. We eat plants, we eat meat. We need them both. Now, usually your body will tell you what you need. When you crave something, it's because our body is telling us there's a nutrient that it needs that it hasn't had. And it's going to go off of what you've already eaten to know where that nutrient comes from. An example is when I was younger, my sister craved cottage cheese. She could not get enough of it. But why cottage cheese? She didn't like milk. Her body needed calcium and probably some other things that came from dairy products that she was not getting because she did not like milk and would not drink it. But she was okay with cottage cheese, so she craved the cottage cheese. Now that she's older, I believe she gets her calcium from spinach. She loves spinach and broccoli. Now, as promised, here's what I had for the week along with my weight. Tuesday could not be helped. My husband and I signed up for a class and we needed to get some food in our system. And I just refuse to only eat keto foods when I go out to eat. I want to enjoy my dining experience. I'm spending good money. I want to eat what I want to eat. Again, never ever get mad at yourself or discouraged with yourself when life happens. Understand all of these lifestyle plans that I'm speaking about, I'm doing to show you that you can use every single one of them, as long as you remove the negatives from them and understand that God knows what we need and He will provide for all of us. If you want to see my views on keto and how it truly came into existence, click here. It may shock you how it originally came into existence. Thank you for taking the time to explore this complex and controversial topic with me. I'm interested to hear your thoughts and personal experiences with the carnivore lifestyle in the comments below. Until next time.